Emory Tate was an American international master who unfortunately died in 2015. In fact, he actually died at the chessboard during a chess tournament of a heart attack. This is a game from 1993 where he sort of burst onto the scene in the World Open against David Coleman from Team England, where he found a stunning checkmate with no queens on the board in only 19 moves. So Emory Tate begins e4. It's going to be an attacking game. c5 by his opponent, Sicilian defense. Knight f3, d6, we're heading for an open Sicilian. d4, takes, and knight f6 by his opponent. So Tate just goes knight c3, has to defend the pawn that's attacked. His opponent goes a6. This is to prevent moves like knight b5, which can be a bit annoying if you're a Sicilian player. Bishop c4, played by Tate, just wants to put some pressure on this f7 square. e6 by his opponent, he wants to make sure that pawn's defended by pushing a pawn in front of it, intercepting the bishop's move f7, and also this pawn is very well defended, so this bishop is almost a little bit out of the game. So bishop b3 retreats the bishop preemptively because he's expecting a move like b5, which comes. Bishop g5 by Emory, he just wants to make sure that this knight is pinned and this control in the centre is lessened a little bit. But his opponent instantly breaks the pin. Queen f3 played by Emory, putting some more pressure here, and the attack is about to begin. So queen c7, and you can see Emory has the option to castle both ways, so he can go long and he can go short. But he wants to attack, so he says, I'm going long. Castles by his opponent, a little bit of a mistake there. Okay, so e5 played by Emory. This actually opens up the queen's view of the rook. And then black just takes the pawn, which you think, well, okay, I'm just going to grab that rook. Well, you can't jump into that, because if you try to take the rook, white will then take on d4, and if you try and move your queen, they'll just take again. So if you try and take, they're just going to take the knight, and you want to get your queen out of there because you don't want to be hit by a move like bishop b7, and you're going to have to play queen a7. That's going to be pretty nasty. You don't want your queen to get stuck on a square such as that. You can basically get locked out of the game, and it's quite susceptible to being trapped by maybe a move such as bishop c5 or trap the queen. So Tate played bishop f6 first, just wants to exchange that knight. And after that, he decides to go knight d takes b5. Apparently it was better for him to take on e6, but he decides to take on b5, grabs the pawn. Now the rook is hit and his knight is no longer attacked by the pawn, so he's able to maybe pick up this rook, or at least get his knight into a better position, and then have the pressure here later in the game. So the queen b7 blocks the rook, also asks white, do you want a queen trade? So white obliges, goes knight d6, improves the position of his knight. The queen's come off the board, but the thing is, the queens didn't come off the board. The position has now changed. You think, well, what changed? Well, white doubled his pawns. Isn't that always bad? Well, no, it's not always bad, because now the file is open. It's a half-open file, staring right at the king. So bishop d7, knight ce4, getting another piece into the game. As you can see, black's a little bit behind in development here. The queen's off the board. You think, how is he going to attack? Well, all the pieces are quickly jumping into the game, and you're going to see that the attack's quickly going to come. So bishop c6 by his opponent. This is a blunder, because you can take the bishop, pawn recaptures, and now you get the rook onto g5 with check. King h8 only move, and this leaves him open to the brilliant sacrifice. Knight takes f7 check. And in this position, David Coleman resigned the game, because after rook takes f7, he's left with the easy follow-up, rook to d8, and all you can do is block. You can block with the bishop. I'm going to take. You can go back with the rook. I'm going to take. It's checkmate in the back rank in only 21 moves. So that was a brilliant game by Emory Tate. It sort of helped him burst onto the scene. This is known as one of his best games, even though he played it when he was quite young, back in 1993. Hope you guys enjoyed that game. Bit of a quick one, but still a very interesting checkmate from what seemed like maybe a dead position. You know, you don't see too many great attacking games after the queens have been traded. So hope you guys enjoyed that one, and hope to see you guys in the next one.